Well, every year since 2009, the Anna Politkovskaya Award has been given to a woman who has defended women's human rights in a conflict zone. It bears the name of the campaigning Russian journalist who was murdered in Moscow in 2006. This year's recipient is Fawzia Koofi, an Afghan politician and activist who was a member of the delegation negotiating peace with the Taliban before they ultimately seized control of the country. And I'm delighted to say that we can speak to her now. Thanks very much for being with us on Sky News, and congratulations. I don't want to embarrass you, but our special correspondent Alex Crawford described you and Anna as stunning examples of humankind. Alex said you are a woman of extraordinary bravery who has survived 2 assassination attempts and has proved to be an inspiration to both women and men inside and outside her homeland. It is remarkable what you have been achieving. What was it like to receive this award?
Thank you. At this stage or at these times where women of Afghanistan need the encouragement, the recognition and the solidarity and support more than any other times, that because they are undergoing extremely difficult times and extremely difficult challenges for what they have experienced for the oppression. I think it goes to the bravery and the recognition of those women, basically. It gives me more power and more determination to move forward, because I think at these times, people of Afghanistan in general and the women in particular really need that international space and also that solidarity, because you have just seen what happened in one of the provinces of Afghanistan. Every day people are undergoing catastrophic situation.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing that report must really make you worry now about Afghanistan descending into chaos and violence.
Yes, I mean, stability is not just silencing the guns. It's beyond that. It's about justice. It's about inclusion. It's about representation. It's about people feeling safe and secure and dignified. Over the past 40 days, relatively, the Afghan security situation has not been making headlines. And I have been hearing a lot of people globally, international leaders that I meet, they tell me that it's relatively secure or stable. But for me, that is not stability. And plus, in addition to that, you have just heard about the horrible attack which targets the civilians. It's endless and it's heartbreaking, Jonathan. It's heartbreaking for us who have basically, we are born in war, and some of us die in war. How long? How long should the people of Afghanistan actually pay this price? I think it's the time for all of us as international community and as a global community, rather, to act together in the face of what's happening in Afghanistan and listen to the people of Afghanistan in this case.
Yeah, and you've been very critical, of course, of the manner of the withdrawal by Western troops. You were shot by the Taliban, but you still sat down with them to try to negotiate. What are your fears now for women and girls in the country?
Well, the reason I actually wanted to negotiate with them was to make them understand that Afghanistan has transformed, that women and the younger generation of Afghanistan are part of that transformation, and an avoidable generation of the society that cannot be avoided. They need to, the Taliban in this case, need to listen to the people of Afghanistan and accept the fact that they can live only with tolerance and coexistence. We could form a political settlement. The Taliban would have been one element of that, but of course there were other political and social groups and religious minorities and women that could live together. However, due to how the withdrawal was managed and the fact that Taliban basically expedited their military strategy and favored that over a political settlement, we are now in a situation of complete lawlessness, because they have formed a so-called government on the basis of nothing. There is no legitimacy, no woman, no religious minorities. And this is worrisome. After 20 years, again, for me to talk about basic rights, the rights to appear in public without fear, the right to go to school, and the right to be able to, demand respect, is of course, again, heartbreaking. My heart really bleeds when I still, after 20 years, go to zero location and demand the things that I took it for granted in the past 20 years. I only hope that the international community, especially the superpowers, would have managed this withdrawal in a different way, which certainly resulted differently.
One of the other rights that you've fought for is freedom of the press. And of course, we've heard today that 2 journalists have won the Nobel Peace Prize for their courageous fight for a free press. And there is a link. Dmitry Muratov was Anna's editor. You must be delighted for him.
I am, because I know that the media, in case of my country, played an enormously important role in enlightenment of the society. And I know that Anna also spent basically her life and also dedicated her life. Her words were so strong that resulted her voice to be silent, but still the path continues. And today, on the 15th years of anniversary of her death, and her murder, the same newspaper and editorial got recognition of one of the prestigious Nobel Peace Prize. That means that the struggle will continue, no matter if individuals are alive or not. This is a path that will make people with common principles to cross this path at some point, somewhere in this world. And I'm delighted to be part of this struggle and part of this recognition.
Well, congratulations once again, and it's great that your important work has been rewarded in this way. Fawzia Koofi, great to speak to you. Thank you.